or the gathering here comes at a time where there are challenges around the world. But from your perspective, looking at people who are in that room, how important is this gathering?
Well, first of all, thank you, Sophie, for your time. And it's a really important moment, as you have said. I would almost describe it as a defining moment, an inflection point, an unprecedented moment. And why do I say that? It's really because we find ourselves where, international norms and standards are being called into question. There's a lot of pushback on human rights. That pushback finds expression in people really questioning the universality of human rights, the very foundation upon which human rights were established. At the same time, this meeting, which is really bringing together a diverse array of different actors from civil society, human rights defenders, parliamentarians, faith leaders, academics, really a wide variety of stakeholders to really reimagine a future for human rights in Southern Africa. And that comes from really two important standpoints. The first, we have to recognize that Southern Africa played an incredible role in the global human rights movement. They contributed in very clear ways to the design of an international architecture, whether that be in areas of racism, for example. At the same time, they also benefited from standards that were being developed in the development of their own constitution. So this symbiotic relationship between the region, the continent, and the world has been really, really important in terms of the human rights legacy for Southern Africa. But at the same time, the reality is we find ourselves in this region, the most unequal region in the world. And what does that mean? People are really struggling. Employment, finding jobs, access to education, schools, the cost of living crisis, climate shocks, and the resilience of communities is really, really, really being called into questions, so much so that people are really wondering, these human rights, we're not living them in their everyday lives. So in many respects, our gathering today is, to bring some of the key actors that have been working in these areas for a long time, to have a conversation around not only how do we defend human rights, but really how can we rethink and reimagine an ecosystem for human rights that really works for the people of Southern Africa.
Now, looking at the rise of anti-human rights groups and activists, even globally, what has led to that whole negative approach gaining traction? It looks like it's gaining traction, whether you look at different regions around the world.
For me, I think it really is a question of the fact that, there's been a lack of implementation of these human rights standards. As our High Commissioner often says, human rights are not self-sustaining. It's not like when you have a law in place that recognizes human rights standards, or if you have a constitution in place that somehow they will be given effect into ordinary lives. So I think it's really that implementation agenda that has been absent. And as I said, we have a region that has invested quite a lot of resources in constitutional building and making. But the ordinary person in the street, millions of people in this region are not feeling the impact of these human rights. And so because of that, the fact that there have been these gaps in implementation, there are individuals that are taking advantage of that to create impression that somehow, there's us and them. And I think that has really been the challenge, really at the heart of it, this implementation challenge.